Good evening. It's evening here in good old Vian, Oklahoma. I had said in my last video the next one I was going to do was not a Bible study, but to share some things. And there's some things that's been going on that's really upset me. Things that I've been seeing on YouTube. And I'm just concerned for the viewers, and I'm concerned for the people putting it out there. I'm also a little bit upset with them. You know, we're living in a time where there's a lot of uncertainty. We have no idea what's going on in different parts of the world. I mean, we don't even know what's going on in our own country, for crying out loud. We don't know who's telling us the truth and who's lying to us. We don't know who to believe, who to trust. Then we've got these YouTubers that are using fear tactics. The very thing a lot of them get on here and say, oh, don't trust the government. All they do is try to scare you into doing this. They're a bunch of fear mongers, which for the most part I kind of believe that. But they're doing the same thing with some of their videos and saying go get this, stock up on that. You better do it now before you can't. Do this now before it's illegal. Get these things before they're illegal. And while it's good to be prepared, you should never move in fear like that. You know, if you are a Christian and you are trusting God with all else, with your finances, with your children, with your salvation, where you're going to end up one day when you die, because we all are going to die one day. It is inevitable. If we can trust God with those things, why aren't we trusting Him with this? And again, be prepared. Do the things that is smart to do. You know, stock up on some extra things. Make sure you're prepared, just like you would if there was a snowstorm coming. You would be prepared to and have enough food to last a few days, a few weeks, in case you're not able to get out of the house. If there's snow 20 feet high, oops, sorry, let me shake the camera. If the snow is 20 feet high and you can't get out and the stores ain't open, if you was to get out to where you could buy anything. So it's just always good, it's smart to be prepared. Something I've always said is to be prudent. It's very good to be prudent, to have that forethought of what might be. And it doesn't make you a doomsdayer. It doesn't make you negative. It makes you realistic. Okay? I like being positive, but I'm also very realistic. Things can happen. Things can change on a dime. I never in my life would have thought what is happening would be happening. Never would have thought last year we would be short on toilet paper, for our crying out loud. Of all things, you know, the Rona had nothing to do with potty issues. It was an upper respiratory, but anyway, that's a different show for a different time. My point is, don't be afraid. Don't move in fear. Trust God. Trust that He has everything in control, because He does. Be smart. Have forethought. You know, be prudent. Go stock up on some things. Toilet paper, yes. Maybe some canned goods, some canned meat, some gasoline, there's different things. I mean, I could do a video on what we have done, if that would be something everyone would like. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you to hurry up and do it now. You know, there's always this date looming, it seems like. Everybody thinks, oh, it's going to be October 31st. And then it was going to be November 2nd. Now it's gonna, I don't even know what the next date is, but there's always a date, and it's look out for this date. Just be prepared for whenever. Be prepared for tomorrow should things break loose. But don't operate in fear. Don't let that, we've all been afraid. We've all had that feeling that, you know, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? That fear. Don't be led about that. Don't go out and hoard things, keeping it from others that need it as well. And if things should happen, and we don't have TV and cable and internet to be able to talk to each other anymore, help each other out if you can and when you can. Whether or not anything ever breaks loose and, you know, hell breaks loose. I mean, that's just what it is. If the apocalypse happens, if the zombies come, help each other. You know, share what you have if you can. Help each other now. When you go out and about, if you see someone in need and you can help them, help them. We've all needed help. There's nothing wrong with needing help. But my biggest, I don't know, advice, whatever you want to call it, is not to move in fear. And did you know that there are 365 verses in the Bible that talk about not being afraid, not fear? There's 365 days in a year. There's 365 times in the Bible that God has given us a reminder to not be afraid. And in Timothy, 2 Timothy, one of my favorites, for God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. I love it. He doesn't want us to be afraid. He wants us to trust Him in all things. So I was wondering, what is your favorite verse of the Bible? Do you have one? For a long time, mine was the Proverb 31:30. But last few years it's changed. And it's the story of Joseph. And the verse has slipped my mind where it's at, but it's in the last chapter. But it's Joseph saying, what you meant for harm and evil, but my Father meant it for good, to bring about this day, to save many people alive. So what's your favorite verse? Share it down in the comments. Give this video a like if you can. If you don't like it, put a don't like, I guess. And tell me what you would like to see. And maybe subscribe if you haven't yet. But y'all, hope y'all have a good evening or a good day whenever it is you happen to be watching this. We'll see you next time.